I don't,
Okay, I did
it's
not.
nothing like.
No.
The bank out here in the mall, you know, where up 212, you know, when they're gonna do some underground work there, that whole bank.
Yes. It is 9 a.m. I'm going to call the meeting of the Codington County Board of Commissioners to order. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance, and I believe I will lead today, and that will get us back on track. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right.
Morning,
So
Jody.
it is Tuesday, March 29th, 2022. It is the Codington County Board of Commissioners. Item number 2, call for public comment. We will still take calls from individuals on items that are not on the agenda. And the 2 phone numbers they can use are 882-6248 or 882-6297, and we will address those during the open part of the meeting. Just as a reminder, if you have a cell phone, you may want to silence it. If you need to take a call, you could step out and do so. And also, we are streaming live on YouTube. Item number 3, conflict of interest items. Are there any for fellow commissioners?
No.
Item number 4, action to approve the March 29th, 2022
moved.
agenda. Motion by Van Duzen, second by Gable. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, that motion carries. Item number 5, action to approve the March 22nd, 2022 minutes of the Codington County Board of Commissioners.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Gable, second by Johnson. Any additions or corrections? Not hearing any. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, that motion carries. Item number 6, action to approve a request to sell alcohol at the Boys and Girls Club Camel races at the Extension Center complex on April 29th, 2022. And I will just have you state your name.
Kelly Jaderberg, the Director of Development at the Boys and Girls Club.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So if you just want to fill us in on, this is an annual event, but I'll let you just do a little preface to all that.
Yeah, sure. So we are hosting, I'm not sure with COVID now, if this is our 6th or 7th. I'll have to go back and do the math. But our annual Blue Door Derby camel races, it raises about $30,000 for our organization. And the event is taking place on April 29th. The Codington County Extension Complex is a great venue for us because it helps us serve a lot of people at the event. Kind of our highest year that we've had, we had over 400 people attend, and we are hoping to get back on track with that this year. Now with kind of being back to normal. So that's our hope for this year.
Very good. Who will transfer that license over? Did you
Yep.
say?
So we are working with Dempsey's on that
Okay.
again. Yep.
All right, very good.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion by Van Duzen, second by Gable. Yes, I've attended that event. We've had no issues, so it's a very good fundraiser for you.
Good event.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries.
All right. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Good luck.
All right, item number 7, monthly reports. We'll do extension.
Morning, Jody.
Morning, Jody.
This works out better for me anyway this day. So shooting sports has 4 more weeks till the state shoot, which is April 22nd, 23rd, 24th. That's being held in Fort Pierre. We've had 3 Robin Hoods this season, and so 2 by 1 child. So if you saw our Codington County 4-H Facebook page, we do put them on there with their permission. So that means 6 arrows gone too, but many youth have qualified for state already. I've seen a lot of improvements this year from when they start week 1 till now. It's just amazing how many are shooting X's now. So very proud of them. And our BB gun, air pistol, air rifle is still going on. We have a lot more kids shooting air pistol and air rifle now than before. So with the help of our volunteers out there. So some of them went to Revillo a few weeks ago and placed at their little competition that they had in Grant County too. So tomorrow I'll be hosting the North District 4-H Advisors, as I'm the North District representative for the South Dakota Association of Extension 4-H Professionals. So we're having a networking day here in Watertown. So we're gonna go to the Redland Center and do a little activity out there too, to do some teamwork and stuff there too. So just kind of letting them explore a little bit of Watertown also, along with having some networking time. So A virtual kid care is being held on Mondays, so we're doing that via Zoom. I think we have about 69 kids registered. So we're meeting through, going through SDSU Training House where they can rewatch the videos if they can't attend. So that's from 4 to 5 on Monday nights right now. So we have 49 youth signed up for our 4-H at Home April project, and that is stepping stones. And then we'll finish up in May for right now and do a wood project because they've been asking for a wood project. So I first had to twist my husband's arm so that he can cut it too. So our 4-H teen regional dash that was going to be held in March was canceled due to the weather, but we already had some more planned. So our next one is April 30th at the Extension Complex, and then we'll have one in October also. So that's for teens in this area. So that's gonna be April 30th. And we're busy planning summer opportunities that haven't been held since summer of 2019. So it's kind of nice to go back and look those up and start planning for some of those things.
Feels good again. Yeah,
Hopefully it can stay that way.
right.
Sure.
Jody, for those that are not familiar with archery, could you explain a robin, please?
A Robin Hood is when
Robin
one
Hood.
arrow goes in the end of the other one. So we have
So it splits the
splits
first
the
arrow.
yeah, splits the first arrow. So you have
So was
Well,
it
arrows that are-
intentional?
no when the
Oh, yeah.
last one he did.
You ask him, it was intentional.
No, the last one, he's like, oh, man. I mean, he just realized it happened that way. So sometimes they don't want to wreck all their
Pretty
arrows,
honest,
but
too.
it just happens that way. So they've
Nice.
been doing really good. So
What's the reason for the success? Is it just because they've been successful and just kind of,
I just
Like
think
a-
that they've been there every week. You know, they got to have that constant practice. And so if they keep coming back, and I know some of them practice at home. I know they've talked about holes in the walls at home too. So I know that they do practice at home, but most of them, a lot of them use our bows also. So I'm trying to get it so that every kid has their own bow and document who's got which ones. Because when they do go to state, they check them out from us and then they can use them there so that we don't turn them up or turn them down with their
Paul?
power and stuff. So Yeah.
the facilities is still working all right?
it is, yeah. We actually just had some Watertown Box donate some cardboard for us, and a grandpa and 2 kids that cut it. And so some volunteers and us got together. We fixed all of the targets that we had because we were shooting through the targets. Arrows were flying, I mean, just going right through them. So we, at the city odd, we fixed them up for the park and rec. So
Good.
The kids that are involved with that are quite competitive too.
some are, yeah, and some are just learning and starting for the first time this year. So,
Oh,
yeah,
fun.
some don't have intentions to go to state. Some just want to do it to learn the sport and stuff too. So it's a lifelong sport. Skip's still helping us lifelong, right?
Yeah,
She
yeah.
said she's gonna keep on helping. so.
Thank you, Skip.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Jody.
Thanks, Jody. All right, let's move on then to item number 8, action to approve daily inmate rate for out-of-county inmates. Lee, did you want to cover that then? If you
Yeah,
talked to
so-
Brad, we did have the information on our packet as well.
Yeah, so essentially the rate change is to go to $95 so that's the daily bed rate. Yeah, that'll be effective April 1st.
What
And
is
then-
it now?
It's, I want to say 85. So that's the first thing. So then, and within here, there are 3 contracts from 3 different counties. Brad's still waiting on some from some counties, but right now, let's see, got Dual, Clark,
And Hamlin.
and Hamlin County. So they, are kind of the regular customers, so to speak. But essentially, yeah, taking the bed rate from $85 to $95. So I'd make the motion that's agenda item number 8. So to make the inmate rate for out-of-county inmates $95. I'll make that motion.
Motion by Gable.
Effective April 1st, yeah.
If
I'll second that motion so we can have discussion.
Just a little side note here for people's information, that the healthcare for the employees that are not employees, but
Inmates,
inmates that come from other counties is that county's responsibility, not ours.
The county they come.
Yeah, typically, we do pay, we do
Yes.
have we do have a in-house care. So that's part of that is, when you can perform it in the county, in the jail. So we have a nurse there that takes care of a lot of it. And also that greatly lowers the trips to the emergency room. But when it goes beyond that, yeah, you're right. So. But that's a good point to make.
Within the contract here, it does explain that very thoroughly, so.
In number
So
5.
the counties that are contracting with us, I should think they would have any misunderstanding. I mean, it's pretty,
Yeah, it's not like we're picking up all the expense.
No.
Across the board.
Yeah,
That's just something I wanted to make known.
And so this is, other than that, there's really no change to the contract.
So this action is to just approve the rate.
increase.
The next item is to approve the
Correct.
contracts.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and if you're wondering, well, why raise it? Things just get more expensive, basically. So that's essentially what we're trying to cover. It still doesn't quite cover the expenses, but we're trying to.
actually, I've had contacts from our constituents that think that we should raise it higher.
Yeah.
They said, why are you giving these people a break? Why don't you jump it up there, to make them, appreciate it more.
Well, we don't have a high amount of contracted inmates, do we, that stay in our jail? I mean, we have a
It's
few,
been
but
typically lower. So it was back a few years ago, it was, between 9 and 10%. Now it's been a little lower. And some of that's due to the fact that we've had to turn folks away. So.
Right, because Brad did implement
Yeah.
something that if our inmates for our county takes precedence over others. So if it's full, we are not able to take
Yeah,
them, and
and
they
so-
all understand that.
And then those counties are stuck looking for another county with that, they'll have a number of contracts with several counties so that they give some options when they run into that problem.
All right. Any other discussion on this issue? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Item number 9, action to approve out-of-county inmate contracts.
And so just, Madam Chair, just as I mentioned, we just talked about looking at the packet here.
Hamlin's did not come in time to get in the packet.
Okay, but so
we
just-
have
Dual Clark.
Clark and Hamlin.
Okay, so I'll make a motion to approve those contracts. You can see they've been
Second.
signed by the 3 chair people of those counties.
All right, motion by Gable. Do I have a second? Second by Van Duzen. Any other comments or questions on that?
Just we're waiting a few more. These are the most frequent counties that the counties that use our jail most frequently. There are a few other ones that we're waiting on. So we'll have other action probably in a week or so.
All right. Anything else? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Okay. All right, we will skip over item number 10. We're going to go to item number 11, since we have Sarah and another individual here to, which number 11 is action to approve amended Helpline Center Network of Care MOU, and it was due to insurance. So I'll let Sarah explain.
And this is actually Nicole. She's our new employee.
Okay.
Come
on up, Nicole.
Do you want her to come up?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead and come up. I
Would
just
you say her
thought
name
she's
one more time?
Nicole, and I'm not gonna say her last
Right.
name wrong because I get the emphasis, or how do you pronounce your last name? LaValley.
I wanted you to say it so I could learn how to say it.
LaValley. See,
LaValley.
I want to give it a long A, it's a short A.
LaValley.
LaValley, yes.
Nice to
So
meet
she's
you.
starting today. So our first day.
Welcome.
Welcome
Very good.
aboard.
There you go. So you have already previously approved this contract with the condition that we resolve the insurance issues. When we went back and looked at it, the issue was that in the previous approval, there was it was specifically what to change. What that had is pending the county's ability to comply with the provision of liability insurance coverage of not less than 500,000 with the helpline center named as a certificate holder per Article 10. So in Article 10, you can see that's been completely revised. And so that was why we thought it was best to just bring it back to you.
Recommendation of our liability insurance.
Insurance
company.
carrier.
Yeah,
Yep.
right. So now it currently says that the partner agency shall keep in Force comprehensive professional liability insurance sufficient to meet its own coverage requirements. Each party shall be responsible for their own action and omissions. So it just takes out the financial
No,
pieces.
I'll make a motion to approve this amended MOU.
All right,
Second.
motion by Gable, second by Johnson. Any other discussions?
I think the original was back in October, wasn't
Yeah.
it? 27th.
Yeah, it's taken a while to
Yep.
get it sorted out.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
All right, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, that motion carries. Very good.
Great,
Thank you.
I received that electronically, so
Yes.
I'll just sign that then.
Okay,
And then, did you receive that? We'll get that all figured out.
okay, perfect. Sounds good.
Okay,
Thanks, Sarah.
thank you. You too, thanks. All right, we'll go back then
I
to,
will have to.
or, okay. We will just keep moving then till she comes in. So item number 12, note the board will not meet next Tuesday, April 5th, 2022. No more discussion on that. Item number 13, then discussion and action regarding Good Friday and Easter Monday leave for employees. So I don't know if Natalie, you want to touch on that maybe?
So wasn't sure on this one, so that's why I put it down this way. We may not need action if Natalie feels it's covered by the policy. It's just discussion then, and to note.
Okay.
Good morning, commissioners.
Good morning, Natalie.
Morning, Natalie.
Yeah, so we made some changes, to the holiday section of the handbook earlier this year, but we did leave in any holidays declared by the governor, we would still observe. So I believe that she's
Should be good.
declared this as a holiday,
has.
so we would
Yeah.
just
This is,
follow along, I think.
okay, so,
More of a note.
Yep.
More of a note.
Correct,
Yep.
right. I wanted to err on the side of caution because then you guys don't meet again until the week of Easter and I didn't want to leave it that late, so.
yes.
So the courthouse will be closed Good Friday and Easter Monday to follow the state schedule.
Enjoy the days off.
Very good.
All right.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you. And now we have Carol here, so we'll jump back up to item number 10, action to declare air flight property tax payable in 2019 and
Morning, Carol.
2020 uncollectible. Good morning, Carol.
Good morning. Thought maybe I'd do a visual. The top two pages are the original copies of the original bills. Hello. The other thing, Adam, you guys probably already know this. Adam Reeves is the deputy over at the sheriff's office that handles a lot of the civil actions part of it. And our office is charged with collecting air flight funds. It's a centrally assessed type bill. The Department of Revenue comes up with the amounts, certifies those to the auditor. She gives me a tax bill when we try to collect it. When those bills are uncollectible on our part, the first part of the year, we issue a distress warrant to the sheriff's office, the same as we would on a delinquent mobile home or building and lease site. These went delinquent in 2019 and 2020, and they've been turned over. They have to do with when ADI was here.
Yep.
Anyway, company's pretty well folded, and Adam's been looking for 3 years on the one and 2 on the other, and just no way of finding any assets that can be taken. He did a super good job about explaining how air flight works, how collection works, and the searches that he conducted in order to determine any way of getting any kind of funds on it. So when it is determined that it is uncollectible, the board takes action to basically state that we carry it as an uncollectible. In the event they would ever come into some money, we would be able to go after it, but very unlikely based on what we've got. So
Right. And how would you ever realize that if they come into money to be able to compensate?
in the event that they would ever maybe try to rebid the contracts, the only thing I can think of, and that isn't gonna happen. They, my understanding, not saying I'm right, but my understanding is the people that bought this from the original folks that came in, was because they wanted to establish an airline in California. Well, it's easier to take one that's already in place and add a route, and it just never worked. For the record, do you want to list the taxes and the years payable? Sure. We had the 2018s due in 2019. The original tax amount was 11,543.02. And then the next one is the 19s due 20. That was when they'd made the ownership change to California Pacific Airlines. And that was for 19 due 20 in the amount of $10,945.11. Present that to the board for the determination of whether they're uncollectible or not.
Just kind of looking over Adam's report here. It looks like we've really exhausted everything that can be done there.
Right.
I would make a motion to go with the recommendation and declare that property tax uncollectible.
All right, motion by Van Duzen, second by Gable. Any other comments or questions for Carol?
What's the role of the collection agency in all of this? Is that something that they don't
We don't use the collection. The only thing we use the collection agency for is counting liens.
County
Okay.
Clean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, never mind. Okay.
If you find something that's gonna be so fractionated out by the time it's distributed, this will be pennies on a dollar.
Right, and that's sort of what we found, and I think that they do owe the city of Watertown some things too, and. they're unable
And
to find things.
these property payments, the total payments would go directly to the city in full.
Right.
Mhm.
It is not apportioned out by school, county and the other taxing districts. So
What are they taxed on? Are they taxed on
I think that
ticket
first,
sales?
I think
On-
that
is it on
first
the
page, the first paragraph, I think covers that pretty well. That's what I just gave JT. So
Because I'm gonna be absolutely honest with you, I didn't know that this tax existed.
Right.
You know,
And the only contact the county has with it is the Department of Revenue certifies it to the auditor.
right, it does not
And we
come to
bill it
me
out.
from the Director of Equalization. It comes directly from the state.
We send out the bill, and as soon as they apportion, then the following, after we've collected it, it goes straight to the city.
kind of like some of those other things that we deal with, right? Cindy?
Pass through.
Thank you, Carol.
All right,
He's
so
He's done
ready?
a lot. It's a good report by
Adam's a-
Adam.
Yes.
Yeah.
If there's something to find, Adam will find it.
Mhm.
yeah,
He's very good at his job, and we're very lucky to have him.
all right, ready to vote? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. Thank you,
All right,
Carol.
thank you.
All right, item number 14, action to approve abatement applications. Do you have-
Nothing today.
Item number 15, action to approve claims for payments.
Claims we have today are salary claims. Total salary claims are $622,602.23.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Gable,
Second.
second by Waterman. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. Item number 16, action to approve automatic budget supplements, welfare budget, the ERA expense.
So we have expended $67,390.66 in March for the ERA grant funds that we have received for assisting individuals with utilities and rent. And I don't believe any mortgage payments are included in this. So we have received grant funds. We've expended this much. We can put this back into the welfare budget because it was not a budgeted item for her.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Gable,
Second.
second by Van Duzen, another pass-through sort of situation. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. Item number 17, action to approve personnel changes.
We have
Wow.
3 part-time correctional officers to add to the pool of part-timers. They will all go, start at the new grade, and it will be step 1, $22.62 per hour. They are Brandon Anderson, Nolan Koisteman, and Abby Wentz. And then we have a seasonal hire at Memorial Park for Memorial Park technician, Steve DeVille, $19.25 per hour. His effective date is April 1st.
Move to approve.
Motion by Van Duzen.
I'll second.
And
By
Mr.
Gable.
DeVille is a rehire.
Any other comments, questions? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Opposed, that motion carries. Item number 18, action to approve travel requests.
Request from the state's attorney, the welfare director, and the community health worker to travel to Sioux Falls to meet with Minnehaha County officials on regarding their alliance program and what our new employee will be working with. And we have the administrative specialist of the extension to attend a 4-H online and fair entry training. I believe this was approved previously for a different date. I believe the date changed on that. And then the final one is the facilities manager to attend the South Dakota Weed Commission meeting.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Johnson, second by Waterman. Was there any comments or
Yeah,
questions?
Cindy, I noticed on a couple of these that the employee names are whited out. Is that,
Yes.
That's kind of something we decided to go to so that it's not published in the minutes in the paper on which employees are going to be out of,
oh, okay,
Yes.
okay,
It's just
Out of
basically
town.
staff.
okay,
Yep.
gotcha.
Any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. Item number 19, public notices, possible quorum of commissioners. Have anything that could be a quorum?
Well, tonight is the Codington Clark Electric's annual meeting, and I don't know if there's, I think at least 3 of us that are on Codington Clark Electric. I don't know. That would be the only one I would have. Think.
And next week, so we don't meet again till the 12th, so if there's any other,
I have a thing at the library Thursday night that I'm speaking.
I'll be there.
7 o'clock.
So
all right,
What was that?
it's a top, speaking about Ukraine, library at 7 o'clock
Oh.
on Thursday, so some people have.
31st,
You're not
okay.
having a book signing?
So, yeah, well,
Oh, man, that was the only reason I was going, Lee.
yeah.
All right,
So it's like-
I don't have anything that there's a quorum, there's meetings, but not that there will be a, well, and they'll mention it, planning and zoning was moved, but that will be on their notice as well, so. All right, item number 20, old business. Does anyone have any old business? How about new business? Is there any new business?
But let's back up to old business for a minute. We did meet, the Sioux Valley Commissioners met this past week over in Clark. And Todd Keys from First District actually kind of talked a little bit about spending the money, you know, the federal money that, and how the different options that we would have and so on and so forth. And he's really pushing to use it for salaries. And I think he thinks that this is the cleanest way to do that without any red tape and no questions asked.
Reporting.
there will always be red tape.
There will
I'm
always be
sorry.
red tape, but less red tape, I'll put that this way. And actually what that would be is that we would set up, it'd be 2 different accounts and
What?
well, the salaries would be paid out of, not instead of the general fund, would be paid out of that account.
It doesn't work
Yeah.
that way.
No, it
has
does
to
not,
be-
it does not work that way. I'm,
See, we got red tape already, don't we? See,
It would be a process for Cindy to do that. I don't know.
but
if
it's,
you've
but it's
exactly-
just a process that we're just gonna have to work out, figure out how we're gonna do that. And what I was kind of surprised, I guess, you know, there's $10 million and he said, every county there, he said, and it's gotta be spent by, I think, at 2024,
Correct.
something like that.
Mhm.
And he said, if you just use the salaries, you'll use it. You know, you'll use it up.
But,
And
And we're all under 10 million, because if
yeah,
you're
so 10
over 10, that's
yeah,
different.
10, so when you, so the $10 million figure is the kind of it's kind of like a standardized deduction on your
Yeah.
taxes where you can say, okay, that's less, you know, lost revenues
Yeah.
due to COVID. I mean, that's kind of, it's not really, but that's the way the treasury says to look at it. And that allows us to use more typical expenses. So we're not, which is good. I mean, we can kind of maximize the use of it for the taxpayer, but.
so Codington County has received half of their funding, and that's just $2.7 million. So yes,
Yeah.
that is the amount we are working.
I was
with.
thinking
You
we were
guys are
sup-
just gonna need to make a decision.
Mhm.
we could start June 1st, I thought June of this year, right?
I don't know. I
That's
have
kinda
not
what
gotten it. I have gotten no guidance. I don't know where that's coming from.
That number came through Todd at that meeting the other day, and that's what I heard. Brenda, is that what you heard?
I'm not sure on the deadline part, but yes, he said that one of the ways to utilize it is to go through salaries,
Yeah,
so.
you might have been, I don't know what, there's a number of different deadlines for
Mhm.
reporting and this
Yep.
and
Yeah,
that, and
there's-
obligation and when you actually have to spend it, so.
And
But
I'm
to
not
be sure
when
that
we're
you can
supposed to get our
use it up,
second allot.
the sooner we start, the better.
I was thinking it was supposed to come fairly soon, but maybe because we haven't used any, we haven't received it, I don't know, but anyway. Well, it's something that we'll have to take into consideration and then how that works through salaries. And
Do we need to get together with Todd? Do we need to have Todd come in and explain not only that possibility, but the other options as well? I mean, I'm sure he will.
Yeah,
yeah, Todd.
he's done it a little bit before when he did, it was during his annual report or something. Yeah, as things develop, as we understand the treasury, the federal treasury guidance, I guess we may need to do that. At least we need to have a dialogue, so.
All right, how about new business? Anyone have any new business? Anything for the open?
I have something I was contacted a couple times, ready, something to be thinking about, not quite yet. A burn ban.
Mhm.
Do we have a burn ban on? It was no. Talking to the South Shore Fire Department last night. He said, well, let's take it week by week, and Andrew was, that was kind of the consensus, but there is some people that are aware of there might be a problem, and I guess there was a fire down by Estelon.
It's gonna be a dry summer, I'm afraid.
No. Well, and I think Andrew will be monitoring that and
Yes, he
when he
will.
feels, we'll put that in place. All right, any other thing for the open? I think we had an individual here, but he's not here anymore. Natalie, do we have any reason to go into executive session? All right,
Move to adjourn.
motion by Johnson, second by Gable. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. We are adjourned.